Right, hi, good morning. Just a couple of things to update the Born to Finish owners on. First and foremost, a decent effort last night. I think there was plenty said in the WhatsApp group, and I will share the video that David Probert did straight after the race for those of you who aren't on WhatsApp. But to summarise it, he got away quite okay. Could shuffle back a bit when there was a bit of bother around in the first furlong. And then he's just been trapped behind a wall of horses in a race where they haven't gone that fast. He's travelling very, very well. David very, very happy with him, but he just couldn't get him out. And when he did, and he starts to go for his run, he's had to switch him twice. He wasn't beaten very far, and it's a decent run. I think he's ran right to the line, so I think that proves that he does stay a mile, and it's a distance worth persevering with. The slightly disappointing thing from my perspective is that the whole rationale of running over a mile rather than 6 or 7 was to try and negate the necessity for the race to be ran strongly. Now, if it had been a strongly ran mile, he may not have stayed. That's yet to be proven. There's a lot of difference between staying a strong ran mile and a slowly ran mile, very obviously. But with him still having that hold up style, he's just ended up, there's a big field, he's ended up stuck, and it would be an exaggeration to say that he was desperately unlucky and that he would have won without being switched, but he would have been closer, and considering he wasn't beaten very far, I'm very pleased with the run, as is Ed. Now, this morning, Born to Finish last night on his way home has had a little bit of an accident, but everything seems to be okay. So what has happened is, in the horse box on the way home, it is very common for horses as they near home to start sort of having a little bit of a buck as they need the toilet, they need a bit of a pee, and Born to Finish has done it a few times and there's never been any drama. However, last night he has managed to kick through a window in the horse box, which is at the back door of the horse box, which is probably about as high up on the door as you could get. So how he's managed to get that high up and buck in a box that size is a bit of a mystery. He's kicked straight through the glass, not on his first attempt, he's had a couple of goes. He's kicked through the glass and then he's pulled his leg back through. So he's got a cut on the inside of his hock. Now, Ed, obviously, the horse was virtually home, so they got him home. Ed was on site and they have got some bute into him. They cleaned the wound up. They've had a look at it. There doesn't seem to be any damage. He was a superb patient. So as Ed's saying, that all is a good sign. And the bute will have stopped any immediate swelling. So now it's about making sure he doesn't get an infection. He seems absolutely fine this morning. He's eaten up, so he's clearly not in any distress. But now that he's had the bute and now that he's got the cut, he will need a little bit of box rest for 4 or 5 days. The bute stays in the system roughly for about 10 days anyway, so we couldn't run him in the next 10 days even if we wanted to. And he's going to miss a bit of work, so he's going to need a little bit of work to come back. So it does put a little bit of a shadow of doubt around the race that we were looking at the 4th of January. But we'll know more probably this time next week, maybe the start of the week before. But I can't stress enough, I think it's been a lucky escape. He could have quite easily have cut a tendon. He could have quite easily had his legs stuck. And it just one of these things that happens. Doesn't happen a lot, and it's very rare. But he's in great form, and horses in great form are energetic and they're buzzy, and they're, but Born to Finish, even from his early days as a 2-year-old, has always been a superb traveller. The travel into races has never fazed him. So it's not that he was distressed or anything. It's just a case of, I don't know whether he's just been a bit over energetic or whatever. But I think we've got off lightly. He could well have got his legs stuck, which could have been very, very difficult to get him free without damage. The cut could have been a hell of a lot worse. But he's been treated quickly. He seems fine this morning, and he's standing on his legs, so it's not as if he wouldn't even be lame, was the way I described it this morning. But clearly, while there's a cut in his leg, he cannot run. So we will keep you updated on where he goes next. It'll be interesting to see what the handicapper does on Tuesday anyway. He may well drop him again a little bit after that run, which could open up a couple of other possibilities. January, February, March are always good times of the year for Born to Finish. So if he does end up having 10 days off now, what we need to decide between myself and Ed is, do we extend that a further 10 days just to give him like a little mini break, just take the fact that he's already off for 10 and use that as an opportunity just to give him maybe another 10 days on top of that, which would take us up to around about the sort of the 3rd, 4th of January. It would then mean he needs 20 days or 25 days or so to get back to race fitness. So it would take him out the equation for any races in January, but it would mean that he is ready to rock for February, March and April. And then therefore he may well continue on a little bit longer than what we'd originally envisaged. What we'll do is, before we make that decision, we'll A, see how his leg is. Secondly, we will see what the races are in the calendar and see when he's best off being on track. If there's plenty of opportunities for him in January, we'll just give him off as much as he needs and no more, and we'll bring him back. If January is looking as though there's only maybe 1-2 opportunities and February, March are better, then we may well just give him a little bit longer of a break. But as always, we'll try and keep you as updated and informed as we possibly can. He is fine, wasn't a bad run at all last night, but we will keep you in the loop. Thank you.